Hey guys, I'm going to show you something kind of cool here. Alright, suppose we have a line, and, well, I have these 2 points, I should say. And I draw a line, shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. You probably heard that before. And I'm going to draw a line between those points. So, what is the distance going to be between there and there? Well, let me derive something real quick. Okay, maybe not that quick, but let me kind of make a right triangle out of this that has a horizontal component. I'm going to label this point as x1, comma y1, and I'll label this point as x2, comma y2. Okay, now let me take this horizontal distance here, and if I was to figure out what that was, and if I subtract x1 minus x2 minus x1, would you agree that that would give me the distance horizontal here? Horizontally? Let me do the same thing here. For my vertical, let me go y2 minus y1. Now, let's come back to something here. Remember the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared? Well, suppose this distance here is my a, and this vertical distance here, we'll make that my b, and we'll make this hypotenuse, that's my c, right? So, but I'm going to change c to d, d standing for distance. So, a, instead of a, I'm going to substitute in x2 minus x1, quantity squared, plus y2 minus y1, quantity squared, and that's going to equal my c squared, but I changed that to d, right? So d squared. Now, I'm going to take the square root of that whole thing there. Bearing in mind that since I have a plus sign, I'm not just going to try to cancel out those squares. I can't because of that plus sign. So, the end result that I'm looking at here is the square root of x2 minus x1 quantity squared plus the quantity y2 minus y1 quantity squared equals d. And that, my friends, is something known as the distance formula. If you want to solve for this, you can. x2 minus x1 is squared. y2 minus y1 is squared. Add that together and take the square root. That's the distance formula. See, so you can do a little Bob Seger, and I don't even remember what that song's called. I just remember it was on that movie Risky Business, where Tom Cruise is dancing around in his underwear. It'll come to me in a second, but let's take a look at how to work with this distance formula. Let's find the distance between, you know what, I'm just going to pick points at random. Let's go 3, negative 1, and 4, 2. Okay, so we use the distance formula. I'll let this x1 be a 3, x2 or y1 be the negative 1, x2 is 4, y2 is 2. So, putting this into play. x2 minus x1, so that's going to be 4 minus 3. Quantity squared plus y2 minus y1. 2 minus a minus 1, so that's really going to be 2 plus 1, right? Be careful there. That's what we're going to be simplifying. 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 squared is still 1. Plus 2 plus 1 is 2. So that's 3. That's going to get squared. That'll be 9, right? So we're looking at the square root of 10 as our answer there. Which square rooted, what is that? 3.1 or something like that. But that's how to use a distance formula. If you're taking my online class, you will need to memorize this distance formula, as it will not be given to you on a test. Okay?